I have one of the most talented women on my couch. I'm super excited. She's a Molotov cocktail.
She said what?
A Molotov cocktail. Bisola, let me introduce my show. Bisola is super talented. She's an actor, singer, producer, host, mother, philanthropist. You name it. I'm so excited to have you today on my couch. Please put your hands together for my guests.
Gege.
My friend, welcome. How are you feeling today?
Darling, I feel okay. I
Do
feel
you?
all right. Yeah, pretty chill. It was a funny kind of day, but I'm going to pull through.
Yeah.
Side. Yeah.
You will.
Side. I'm
You
going to
just
pull
will.
through. Yes.
It's so fun. Like when I thought about you coming here today, I'm just like, she's gonna give me the content that I need.
This is the content that I need.
Because she's the queen of content. Anyway,
if I'm not going to give you anything, Uncle.
you know you fit try her, my friend.
If I decide
This
to say...
is from me to you.
Oh, shit, man.
I can't stand you, Bisola. Bisola, like, you are so talented, it hurts, right? You can do
Who
literally...
is the pepper for body?
Every other person will not get talent. I'm joking. But like, you're so talented. Like, when did you realize you were this talented? Like, at what point did it just hit you like, "Bah, I'm actually really talented"?
I don't think there's any point that it hit me that, to be honest, I think people exaggerate when they're talking about how talented I am in quotes. In my mind, I'm like, nah lie. You want the gas, man, I know they fall for your washing.
Stop.
But they tell me,
Mm-hmm.
it's nice to hear. I wouldn't say there's a time I realized that I was talented. This is just how I've been.
Yeah.
All my life. I had known from a very young age that I wanted to be in entertainment since small. I don't know, see, entertainment I could do. But, when I hear people just say, oh my God, she's talented, I say, wait, normal things, nah.
But you believe, say, you know, say,
level.
we know they know, like, talented people don't even know they're talented because that's who they are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So I don't say, like I said, I think people exaggerate all the time. But, when they are saying, they just look, I say, anyway, now this team, now they use the shop. So now they pay rent, now they pay school fees, So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Amazing. I'm really excited to have you on my couch today.
Thanks, dear.
Your journey has been very interesting. I remember when I was working I got my first gig at Future Awards or with Future Awards, and that's how you see a hustle, they can't collect.
They use for the tray person invites. Have I come in?
I didn't work what they do. I wanted to pay rent that time. So I remember when you were calling me to come and pick up your invite.
Yeah.
And fast forward to up until now, a lot of things have changed. Yep. You went for Big Brother. You've been in the biggest movies. Please tell me about this journey. Let's even go back.
All the way back. Because I heard that you were born in the UK. Yes, I was born in the UK. But my mama no let me enjoy UK.
How old were you when you moved from the UK?
Probably a little over a year old or about a year old. That's when we moved back. Because according to my mother, she said that they told her, the evil witches and wizard in her life told her that if you allow your child to grow in the UK, she will spy.
Jesus.
She will what? Spy. So she don't even wait me for collect my red passports before she bring me come back.
Wait.
Although, when I apply for visa, because they say that I'm part of their system, they don't deny me. They don't deny my child.
Wonder.
Then they give me freely.
Wait, so do you tell the UK government that, I was born here? Do you put your application?
So it's there. They especially for the first, your first application, you have to put your birth certificate and all of those things. So I have all of that.
Oh, you have to birth certificate
of course now, of course.
You be UK
now
girl
God they bomb me.
You be UK girl now. You be UK
so
girl
I can
now.
actually. So the thing is, I can actually even file for it.
Right.
But it's a long process. I'm not in the headspace to even move there. It requires a lot, because I tried, because my father was there and he passed and he's buried there and all of that. So he waiting at the speed he naturalized. I'd be waiting at the So I can go that route, but I'm really not interested because I love home. Home is home to me.
Are you saying?
I'm just what?
that you have the opportunity
I can, but I'm
to collect your red pali.
I can, yeah. It's
Right.
just really long, but I don't think I want to go and sit down abroad. London cost.
It's true, sure.
It cost. I can only go for holiday. 1 month, come back. 1 month, come back, and this is home for me. I enjoy being in Nigeria.
Yeah.
I enjoy, even though now I feel success. I'm enjoying being in Nigeria. After the suffering years have gotten behind me.
We're going to get to those suffering years, but tell me when you moved back from the UK. You were 8, right? Or 1?
I say 1 years old.
Oh, so you guys moved back?
Yes.
So you left your dad in the UK?
Yes. So my parents weren't married.
Okay.
Moved back. I've got ton of sibling sisters from my father's side.
Right.
Moved back. My brother was still there at the time. Then we had my younger sister. My mom, very hardworking woman, single mom, taking care of 3 kids. After a while, my brother came back, and then I had a younger sister. Or when I remember my mom started having some financial struggles was it was actually on my cousin's birthday. On the 7th of June, I think that year I turned 8 that year. 7 or 8, I'm not very, very sure, but one of those years. Yeah. Now I remember it clearly because it was supposed to be a school day. And my mom wakes us up. My brother at the time was in secondary school. He was attending St. Gregory's. So he was really up early and was ironing his uniform. He's kind of obsessed with ghettos. He was obsessed with ghettos. So he was doing that. And then my mom says, we're not going to school that day, that we're going to Festac to see my cousin. It's her birthday. And then we get there. And that's how we started living in Festac.
Where were you guys living at the time?
We were living in Mushi at the time.
Right. Okay.
And then we just moved to Festac. Now, my mom, like I said, she was very hardworking. She had 2 stores in Balogun Market. She used to travel a lot. We were kind of like spoilt brats. There was always a nanny in the house. You're one of all the children. I don't want this one. I'll eat this one. I testing one kind. Like Momsi had the cash. She was okay. She was good. They always used to refer to us as I want more Iloimbo, that's London children.
Yeah.
Even in school, whenever they want to do an example, they go drag me and my sister Komote. Look at them. Neat dress, neat school bag, neat everything. London since nowadays. And like I said, my mom used to travel a lot. Then we started staying in Festac. Stayed there for a bit, had to change schools. It was at that point in time I just started noticing that things not too pure. Like, waiting this up. Why my mom see the I didn't.
Did she move with you guys to Festac?
So she was shuffling. Now all of this was going on between when I was in when I moved to Festac, I was in primary 5, did my primary 6 there, then shuttling back home. GSS1. Now that period, it's like I came home from holiday to a rude shock. We were living in a 3-bedroom flat, nice, cozy. Now as we reach house, I just found out my mom, my sister, my brother, myself had to stay in my brother's room. So what happened was that my mom did like a kind of subletting thing. So the living room was off limits. The kitchen was off limits. The master bedroom and our room, the girls' room, was also off limits. So there was only one bathroom, the common bathroom where the girls' room and the boys' room where we could share. That was the only place that we could, share, use the toilet. So we couldn't use the kitchen. We were literally cooking in that our small
in your own house,
in the room, yes, in the house.
Let's quickly sip some Lipton. Yeah, thank you, Lipton, for keeping it refreshed and allowing us experience human connection.
That first day of resumption,
GSS1.
Okay. That first day, first things first, I got to school late, really late in the night, because Momsi couldn't afford to pay for her own transport fare to drop me off in school. So what happened was that she put me in a bus and pleaded with the driver that, please driver, this girl, she has to get down at Ipetu Junction, please. Now, I don't know if you ever watched Agbaranla.
No.
Okay. For those who I don't forget, not be your generation.
I'm not in Lagos to watch us.
Okay, where you not there? It's a Mount Zion. It's a Mount Zion. One of those Mount Zion. Mike Bamiloye was in it. Akbar and Lat. Okay, you've heard of the popular Aya Matanga.
Yes.
Fantastic. Now, the guy's wife, the one that was possessed with the spirit, you know, she was in that bus heading to Ile-Ife. So she was the one that kept hounding the driver. I can never forget. She kept hounding and saying, driver, this girl is coming down at Ikpetu Junction. Driver, ensure. She's coming down at Ikpetu Junction. So she made sure. It was getting late, you know. We didn't leave home early. So I got to Ikpetu Junction, entered another.
So where's Ikpetu? Is it Lagos?
Ocean State.
Okay.
Ocean State. So it's not far from Ile-Ife, which is why, you know, I had to get off before you get to Ile-Ife.
So they put you in a bus from Lagos?
From Lagos to that. How old was I? I think I was 10. You know. That's how I went to school. And then, where's your mommy? Where's with buckets? I said, our first day of resumption, with buckets, hoe, cutlass, everything. They do kalang with your one box on your head. You know, I got to school. I remember the first friend that I made, Remiola Jide. You know, she's in the States now. She was very, very welcoming and put me through, this is where you're going to this is where you're going to. And, you know, that's how, you know, secondary school started for me. But even at that, there were some terms I couldn't resume on time because we couldn't pay the fees. So I would literally, in fact, I repeated JSS1 because we couldn't pay third term's fees. So I get to school, Mom sends me off to school with hopes that, okay, she will send bank drafts while, you know, it's happening. So I'm there the whole term, but I wasn't allowed to write promotional exams. I was sent back home. Thinking that, okay, they know I'm a brilliant student. They know that I'm not doing badly now. Resuming the next term, thinking I was going to enter JSS2, small picking will not get sense. They just give me shock of my life. You are going to do JSS1. It was one of the worst periods of my life.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you. Yeah. What had happened to Mom's finances?
So her shops got burnt. Her shops got burnt, and she never really recovered from it. You know, she had a lot of people that were owing her money and stuff, but she never got it back from them. Say, one person I know where they owe her at that time, make person they owe you like 50K at that time. So I'd be small picking that time. And then when you go meet the person, say, give me my money back, me then give like 200 naira. You know, stuff like that. 20 naira, 100 naira. So things were really, really tough. Like really, really tough. I almost never really got back on her feet from then. So it was after that time we started staying with family. You know, I switched schools. I think I did just 2 years in. So after I repeated JSS1 again and did JSS2, but I couldn't continue with JSS3 because at that time, Mom was like, this Pekin. I think I was falling ill. There's a lot that went on in between.
Because I was going to ask how you dealt with the change in lifestyles because you were from the abroad, you had seen this lifestyle.
You know, and then, you know, we were comfortable. We were really comfortable. Like, we never lacked anything. Yeah. You go see us, you go see our cheeks, you know, was... Ajebota. And I think, thankfully, I guess those few years, you know, when I hear people say that a child's formative years from age 0 to 5 is what shapes them, I can believe it. Because many of the things that that I'm using to feed myself now, how I can mimic voices, my singing, all of those things were from when I was little. You know, my mom and her family, they're a lot of creatives. You know, naturally, like I say this all the time, if we're having a family gathering, we really don't need any entertainment because we entertain ourselves, you know. So from watching lots of cartoons, from singing, like literally entertaining my aunties them, you know, we go act play for them, you know, and then they watch them, then they enjoy them, you know, things like that. So all of those things, it was at that little age I knew I could sing, you know, that I knew, okay, I think I'll be an actress, you know, stuff like that. You know, literally during I remember during Ramadan, we had some Muslim neighbors. So what my older brother and I would do, say when we know that they're about to kill ram, I will collect one of my buba and you come tie scarf. My brother too will carry agbada tie turban, will come put mats in front of our house outside. And I said, at the time, we didn't know. You know, as a child, you hear things differently. So it's Allah Akbar, you know. But we was Allah Wampam. So my neighbor upstairs would laugh his head off and, you know, would give us more meat, you know, like just, it was just a nice neighbor. It was just cool. Like, look at these silly children, you know, they never made it does seem as though we're doing rubbish, but we were thinking we're impressing them. They see us now, we sabi, you know, and things like that. So it was fun. That just is one where I enter secondary school that I can remember, memories that I can remember now. I had always been entertaining people.
Was this a social escape for you?
It felt good. It felt good, like, okay, no one is noticing me. No one is seeing me. You know, no one is going to pick on me or notice my problems if I goof around, if I make them laugh. You know, so I remember then social nights, I they sing for social nights, you know. They knew, everybody in school knew that Bisola has a nice voice, you know, this girl. I would literally come home after downloading cartoons, the songs in cartoons, and my brother loved to sing. We can all sing.
Really?
Yeah, we can all sing. So my brother, I remember there was one particular song, Boys to Men's 4th Season. Now will I get the courage to try love somebody new? You know, this is not me listening to the original. This is me listening to my brother sing and just sponging everything in, soaking it all in. Wow. You know, so we'll do all of that, get to school, download for them. This get talented. Come on, that's under the sea, under the sea, under the sea, you know, cartoons and stuff like that. We do, because how we used to entertain ourselves when we go video club. Yes, we rent a cassette. After renting the cassette, me and my cousin, we go watch like 30 billion times, return and rent again. When we don't download and make NEPA carry lights, we go be acting. Who are you playing? I'm Sebastian. Hey, no, you did Sebastian yesterday. Who are you playing? So we used to entertain ourselves a lot. That's why, and because we can all mimic. We can all mimic. When that's why I say if I'm with my family now, from my mom's side, we entertain each other from old, young, my cousins that are way older than I am, you know, like in their 50s and 60s. When we're all together, it's a ball, you know, because we all just have this thing in us. So there was that. Finally switched schools back to Lagos. Still living with family. Things were not going well, not for my mom. We literally didn't even have a place at this time. So my mom is probably squatting with a friend, and we are in one other auntie's house or the other, you know, tough times.
So at this time, did your mom try to do some other petty trade?
So she probably did, but because we were not with her, we couldn't tell. Yeah. Because we were not with her, we couldn't tell.
But she was the one paying the fees, doing everything.
So my aunties. So you see, back then, one of my aunties that I stayed with in Surulere, you know, is now that I'm an adult, I can understand that things were also tough for her. She had her own 5 kids that she was looking after. Wow. And then we had to join. And even though I didn't feel like we were equally treated at the time, but I understood. Yeah. Or rather, I understand now. She's one of my favorite aunties. You know, she's cool. She used to gist with me. I think she flogged me only once in all the time I was there. But yeah, did I work? I worked a lot. So many of the things I learned from there, you know, about survival and, you know. But now I understand that she didn't even have life easy herself. So her lashing out sometimes was because things weren't easy for her and her own kids.
Okay, by the time you were 18, you were already done with secondary school.
I was done with secondary school when I was 17. And I started working almost immediately. I was working as a waitress. Right. Yeah, I worked as a waitress in Mama Cass for some months.
Mama Cass?
Yes,
popular Mama Cass?
Yes, popular Mama Cass.
What year was this?
Hey, let me see. I was 17. Please, can we do the math?
This is 2022.
Oh, yes. 2003, because I finished secondary school in 2003. So 2003, 2004. Wow. Yes, I was working in Mama Cass. Yeah, 2003, 2004. As soon as I finished secondary school. I started taking money home immediately as soon as I finished secondary school. Before I got that job, I was selling jewelry. So what I did was with my friend Blessed Selengo. She was so supportive. Selengo I still see in the UK as well. Aww. She's got 3 beautiful kids as well. You know, it's just nice that I'm still in contact with.
And life is beautiful.
Yes, and life, we're doing, maybe not all of us, but you know, life is good. You know, she's got 3 beautiful kids. She's still Selengo. I still call her Selengo. She's not very fat since we did secondary school. You know, so Blessing really, her name is Blessing. So she really, really helped with me selling those jewelry. Jewelry I didn't say maybe 200, 150. I'll go chat around for jota, banjo, buy pendant, bracelet, charm bracelet, and all of that. Yabatu those were my spots. So I would buy and then sell it, and she would also sell it. It wasn't very. I quick chop the money where the profits had to chop because responsibility full ground. But then I started working as a waitress. It was so interesting working as a waitress because there were tons of characters that we met on that job. Tons of characters. And then your colleagues that you're working with, some that now my favorite colleague at the time, James was such cool people. You know, he was a WhatsApp guy. He taught me how to work the cash machine. He knew all the raining songs, you know, under my umbrella and stuff like that. You know, we're really cool. You know, he was cool people. So he used to call me Birella because he heard me singing it one day when in the bathroom. So he was like, they sing, and he's like Edo boy. So his pidgin used to be sweet. I used to love listening to him speak pidgin. But you know, he was also from like a background where his mom was the one doing everything for him and his siblings, so we could relate. You know. Now we too sabi speak for NEPAS when customers come. So I used to switch to hello, good afternoon, welcome to Mama Cass. What would you like to eat? You know. So yeah.
You probably a staff
as in
employee of the month.
So my mother colleague they little
Kidney.
When we say they call it, maybe they know they want to see vex for me and I just bad. So we were cool. We had our cool moments. Yeah. But you know, say for instance, one of them when they come to me, squeeze me, what do you want? Myself on the other hand, I'm like, hi, you're welcome. What would you like to eat? There's this, you know. So my bosses, my supervisors were cool with me as well. And then we had, before they stopped us collecting tips, you know, they used to drop tips for us, you know, like, thank you very much. So there was one particular time, I remember they had stopped us from taking tips. And there was this customer that came in, cute looking guy, light-skinned, bald-headed, had these beautiful big eyes, not very tall. He was probably maybe like 5'5", 5'6", 5'5", because I was, you know,
really short.
Yeah, you know, but he was, you know, rounded, you know, very vibrant, cute, you know, bubbly fellow.
Because this is crucial.
Yeah, because he was always really pleasant. He was always really pleasant. And I go, this is so great people. So he comes in one day and wants to give us a tip. I'm like, I'm sorry, we're not taking tips any longer. And he's like, why not? You know what? I'm gonna get you a box of chocolates. So I'm looking at the guy like, what you do? Ooh, the traditional chocolate they do me. They pay me, so I know they collect chips. They get off. But he kept his word. I think it was 2 weeks later. He comes in with this beautiful box of chocolate from Chocolate Royale.
Interesting,
you know. So I'm like, this is me working in Ikeja. Yeah. That's the branch I was at. You know, so I'm like, when I saw that, like, it was a beautiful box of chocolates, and it was like, Bisola, this is for you. I'm like, thank you. So myself and James, my guy, we chop up. You know, we entered the other one, and the other food, and they look I said, wait, do this one. You know. So it was really, really cute. And then there, I was always all smiles whenever he comes. I never got his number. I can't even remember his name. But I remember there was one time that he now came in again. But he came in with a babe. So this is me, pleasant guy. And I'm just like, hi, all smiles. He just straight face. I don't know whether now your wife or now your fiance.
You won't cause trouble.
I was in, like, how old was I? I was 17 and then I turned 18 on the job. So I'm like, you know, this is just young girl, like, you know. And then he just kept straight face. I was like, okay, maybe he's in a bad mood, but that's all right. Yeah. Once I remember the first day I saw Jimike when he came in. Yes.
Wow.
When Jimike, it was late at night. He came in. I looked at him and said, I can't wait to act with you, sir. I'm sure he had heard it like
1,000
30
times.
billion times. And he just, yeah. Just paid for his food. Because I was working at the counter that day. I remember the first day I saw Obafemi Martin, dash us money. Just drop money on top of the counter like this, So we used to meet a lot of celebrities and stuff, but we couldn't,
be expressive.
Too expressive, But it was a good time. It was a good time. It was interesting.
After then.
Have I met him? No. I think so, but I don't know if I've ever mentioned. I think I have, but it was in passing. Yeah. It's not like we had like a proper conversation and stuff. It wasn't anything like that.
Amazing. Layla. Let's talk about Layla.
Yes, my princessa.
Your magic, your blessing. She's a beautiful child and she's a little too smart.
Nami Bonham. Nah, my pecan.
So you had Layla in 2009?
Yes.
How old were you then?
I was 23.
So
by the time when I did turn 40, my pecan was 70 years.
That's major.
Major, dear.
My mother is 41 this year.
Your mom? Hey!
It's such a blessing to her, don't worry.
Your mom is a babe.
He's a serious babe.
No, they call her momsy. Now your big sister.
42 this year.
Same difference, 1 and 2. She's your big sister. That's amazing.
We have a good relationship. Decent / rocky relationship. But yeah.
So I had Layla when I was 23. Wasn't the best of times. The pregnancy wasn't even the easiest of. So the day say when young get belly, you did easy. Not lie. You say bloody lied. Yeah, everyone. And because of that, somehow I want to have another kid, but I'm low-key dreading it.
You need to have one. Just one.
Yeah. Maybe now I have the resources to take care of myself better because then I didn't.
Yeah.
But her pregnancy was a tough one. I used to throw up like every freaking day. I didn't stop throwing up until maybe 6-7 months. And it was a minimum of 4 times a day. Like it was so bad that's minimum. I feel max out. It was so bad that if I had any food in, it will come out. Spittle will come out. Bile will come out. And then blood. It was that bad. So, and I think the skinniest I've ever been to in my life was when I was pregnant, up until maybe the last trimester when I started retaining a lot of fluid in my body. Her labor was also very tough, was 3 days. I fell into labor on Wednesday, had on a Friday. It was tough at night on a Friday. So it was tough, But then I see this angel. She's...
What was it like when you got pregnant? Were you worried because, at the time you guys did not have so much, right?
Yeah.
So do you think that, oh my God, this is another burden that I have to carry?
So at the time I got pregnant and I found out and I told Layla's dad, his response was such a huge relief. So the day I told him I was pregnant, he was like, great, we're having a baby. I didn't expect that, from him.
From young people too.
He used to be such a sweet boyfriend. Very sweet. Very, very sweet. I don't know what went wrong, what happened, before the shift came. But he used to be so, so sweet. And with that response from him, I felt like, okay, yeah, we're going to take on the world. And then he proposed. We never got married. He proposed, but the wedding never happened. And then, we now started having our issues upon issues. After a while, I think he got maybe really insecure. And it's not like I was even bawling at the time. Life wasn't good for me. He wasn't very present. And that was one of the things that we used to fight about.
Was he hustling to also support?
It was, I didn't really, we called off the engagement when my daughter was 2.
Okay.
One person though that was always really present, his older sister in the UK. Till date, I still see her. We call her sister. And she's an amazing human being. An amazing human being. Like, amazing human being. Sister was one of the very few people when, she found out that, I wasn't going to be with her brother anymore. I just was like, I'm that shoulder you can lean on. Fear not. I got you. And she was there. I remember there was one time I had quarreled with Lila's dad. Yeah, the pikin no dey suck breast again. No, I no get milk for breast. So milk not there for bottle again. No, Like I always say this most times at interviews. There was a time I was feeding my daughter Gary. I was feeding my baby Gary. Like we'll literally allow the Gary soak. We didn't have diapers. We had to use my mom's old scarves, her gilly them, for her bubaniru. Use and do napkin. Can't use poly bag, cut poly bag into that egg shape, tie am for her, make for you sleep. My beautiful daughter.
What year was this?
This was still the same 2009, 2010. She was still a baby. She was still a baby. Not even talking yet, but I stopped breastfeeding her when she was 6 months old. So we go wait, make the Gary for don't swear. Go get like 10 naira jagu. Shake her. Mix them inside, feed the pikin, and that one too. Boom, boom, boom. No go no say nah Gary this pikin left side. I'm telling you, God really hid my shame with my daughter. God really, really hid my shame. I had this neighbor, Paul, and na room and parlor we did leave that time for some water. One of the work. Even when we're having tough times, we never stayed in room and parlor setting. That's me. We never stayed in that kind of setting. But then we now had to live as a much older teenager and in my early 20s. Had to stay in room and parlor. You now go they shout, toilet, your flush,
Wow.
Milk they hide kerosene. Say because say person want use your stove. If you want even cook, say that one bottle stout bottle where you now go buy. Now inside come you go first pour am before you put inside this stove. Made for no quick finish. It was traumatic. Friend Sagzi is a music producer, but he's now in Canada. Sagzi sends me a message on BlackBerry. Says, Bisola, I have a favor to ask of you. I look and see what you want to ask me, Sagzi. I hope to no be money. Now you de Canada or no be me. And then he tells me like, please, this Big Brother audition, I want you to go for it. I said, how? Why? I said, I had a dream. He literally told me he had a dream and that something good is going to come out of it. And that he's coming to Niger that year, that Christmas. Say if I go for that audition, he will buy me perfume. I say,
Just
I say, okay. I said, I don't hear. So usually audition are 2 days. Normal. So first day, I no go. Saxy messaged me that evening. Say, how far did your audition go? I said I didn't go. He said, He said, unfailingly, day 2, don't miss it. Don't miss it. So I plan with my mom. I don't wake at 3:30. By 4:30, I don't come on house. I didn't have a car at that time. I hadn't gotten a car at that time. So now my cab guy don't call early mom. Say carry me go audition ground. I think I reach audition ground maybe 5:30. Reach audition ground. I don't see my fellow actors. Then we don't did it. Maybe I was number 30 for this. Especially when they fight for you. You won't go be brother. You guys also now. So we made it. In fact, when I went into the first round, it wasn't just me. It was myself and 5 other people. When they asked questions, Taymesan, I just can't divulge all of it now. I don't know if I've
been to 2 of those auditions.
So you know that first phase. Yeah. That first phase. You get one girl. I think say that girl then go pick.
Yeah.
I say, God.
What's going on?
Waiting this so
and you must always see people qualify passing for that place. So.
No, this one not even qualified. This girl, she dressed like Mary Amaka.
Oh.
She know, but when she carry come, she came with like a real big dildo. And she was using it. I can't look and say, wow, no, they innovative like this. Which kind? But then they now asked us to do something with some of those their props.
Yeah.
I can't look and say, oh, no, not the year waiting the same way I do.
Yeah.
I said, maybe not because I be actor.
True.
So I kind of was, I did what I had to do. And then when it was time, they were like, okay, stay behind. So I thought it was that girl they were telling to stay behind. I don't carry my bag. They said, no, not her, you. Stay behind. I was like, ooh, okay, cool stuff. But the audition process, it was like 5-6 rounds.
Yeah.
That you would go through. Like 5-6 rounds. Because after I first do that first day, I do 2. First day. Second day, where I go, 1, 2, 3, like another 3. Because we first plenty enter, they can't break us down to another. They can't break, like 3. Before they can't do the testing. That's testing. They can't test all your psychological this thing.
I never made it to that one.
After you do that one, when you come travel, because I only know South Africa, they'll still test again. You mess up, they go clear you, come up for there. So it was. I remember when I got the call.
Finally.
And it's when people tell you that what you think you become it's a real thing.
Yes.
It's a real thing because I kid you not, I used to visualize myself in that house. I would visualize it so bad, and I'm like, I will sing, go. I go
I must
sing.
show my talent.
I must show my talent. The rest of the world must know. And then when it did happen, it was like deja vu moments for me. I would just shiver like, shit, I've seen this happen before.
Wow.
Shit, I've seen this happen before. And to be honest, I didn't think I was going to even make it to the finals, you know. I just thought, but first day when they nominate me, I don't know, so that they go out, truly. Do you act enough? Do you sing enough? Do you frustrate people enough? Yeah. But I knew for certain that I was going to entertain people. Now maybe that. I know that I can be a goofball and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I made it to the finals, myself and Ife. It was crazy. It was so surreal for us. It was, we couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
You know, and then since that moment, it's just been God all the way. Like God has just like taken control.
If you're going to say a few words to a girl who is probably a songwriter right now, who is Bisola from 10, 20 years ago, what would you tell them?
I would tell her the best days are yet to come. You cannot give up now. Again, one thing I say is for every struggle way you go through is to make your story sweet. Because when you listen to people, not that I'm throwing any kind of shade or anything, but when you listen to people who've probably had it all good all their lives, you just feel like you're not too sweet.
Okay.
But you know, when you hear people who have really, really struggled, you know, to even feed, like the basic thing, food to chop, you know, I just tell them, like, look, enjoy every moment that you're struggling. Enjoy it. It won't last forever. None of these things last forever, but it will make your story sweeter. And when you eventually bloom, you would appreciate it. You won't treat it shabbily. You won't treat it anyhow. Some people, they feel they don't have anyhow, but most times you find that people who have really toiled and struggled to get to where they cherish these moments and they appreciate it and they don't waste these opportunities. And always be prepared for everything you desire, for everything you want, for everything that you choose for yourself. You have to be prepared. It's not a case say somebody can wake up this morning and just say, boom, Bisola, we need you in Hollywood to Kineko. There's been years of work. There's been years of work I've been doing. Oh, Bisola, can you do this? Years of practice. Even without an audience, in front of your mirror, I'm practicing. I talk to myself a lot. Nobody say I decrease, but I go just stand in front of mirror. I ask myself sometimes the most ridiculous questions. Say, for instance, I'm just thrown on the spot. They just ask me this kind of question for interview. How I go take answer and bam, you know. So I prepare. So it's very important that at every time you should be prepared for anything. A lot of people wonder, how are you so spontaneous? I have the wildest, craziest imagination. So I have put myself in the craziest scenarios. And, you know, someone like, you're so quick thinking. I'm like, I don't do this. I don't do this thing before.
How many auditions we don't go for? We don't.
Deal, you know. So always be prepared for any opportunity that comes your way. Don't wait until the opportunity comes and you're not ready. You'd miss it.
I've learned something today. Thank you, my friend.
You're welcome.
God bless you.
And sweet boy.
This is the end of my show. Thank you so much.
This was a fantastic one.